Greetings. Thank you for tuning in and watching today, because today is a very special day for me here at my channel. Because today's the day I'm going to do the drawing to see who wins the giveaway that I'm hosting to celebrate 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. That's a way of thanking people for watching. A lot of other people here on YouTube hold some kind of a little giveaway contest for their subscribers, for people that are watching them, and I thought I would do that too. So I made up a little tag video where I asked 11 random questions that I thought would maybe be interesting to the rest of the viewers here, and said if you wish to enter the giveaway, to make a video response answering the questions. And it was really fun. Thank you very much for those of you who did enter. And also, those of you who did not enter, thank you for your kind comments about the tag. Anyway, that was good to know too. So today's the day I'm going to be drawing the winner, and I'm going to be sending off either today or first thing in the morning, sending off a little box full of some things that I have collected from my cupboard that I wanted to share as a matter of a thank you. So I'll show you. I thought you might be interested in seeing what you are not going to win if you did not enter. If you did enter, what you may be receiving in the mail very soon. As I'm going to be doing this video, either uploading this today or tomorrow, I'll be able to send this package out. Perhaps today, I'm not sure. Probably tomorrow. It still should be in time. I'm going to send it priority mail, so it should be in time to get to whoever wins by Llamas. So I thought I would do a few things for Llamas in the box. And one of the things that I do in my own personal practice is I make soap, and I have all different kinds of soap, and I've been making my own soap for I would say 10 years or so. I don't know when we started, but I have not bought a bar of soap since. I make different kinds, usually very simple soap because I have sort of sensitive skin. I make some oatmeal soaps and, just really lavender soap, really gentle chamomile kind of soaps. But I just recently, the last couple years, I've started making different soaps with intention that I'm going to be including on my website. I just haven't gotten them up, but I do them, and I do some soaps for each season. Remember that I said for each Sabbath. If you were following me at all here on YouTube, you would know that when I celebrate a Sabbath, I celebrate a Sabbath from the beginning to the end, which it ends when the next Sabbath begins. So during the season, the season of the Sabbath, I have certain intentions and certain things that I work on for myself or whatever. And so I find soaps to be a really great thing to do that. Llamas coming up it's coming up in August, beginning of August, and that is the first, it's known as the first harvest of the 3 harvests. It is the first one, to be followed by Mabon and Samhain, and in the Celtic year, Wheel of the Year. And so for Llamas, we're all working in the garden, as a lot of us have been. So I make a special gardener, I call it the gardener soap. It's a special blend, which it has a lot of really good healing properties for your hands. It can be used just for hands, or I use it on my whole body, but I gave some of this to my son-in-law for a gift, and he liked it he's a gardener, to use as a good hand soap, because it has some properties in there that will help heal minor abrasions and cuts, or soothe things, antibacterial. So with all the dirt getting into your cuts and stuff, it's a really good soap for that. So anyway, and I'll post the ingredients if you win, I'll post the ingredients in the box, so you're sure to know what the ingredients are. But I don't think this should cause any allergies for most people, because it's something, like I said, I have very sensitive skin, and I can use it. It's a very gentle soap. Okay, so that's one thing that's going to go in. Another thing that's going to go in, speaking of Llamas, is I also come up with incense blends that I do sell also in my bag, and this blend is for Llamas. And a lot of the things in the blend, in my blends, I use, of course, purchase resins and things, and buy things where I can, but also I use things from my garden as much as I can in the incense blend. And in the Lamas incense blend, I do have sunflower, local sunflower, and rose from my own garden. So I have that. That's going to be in here. I also have included an incense blend for the full moon. I do both full moon and new moon. So I have that in here, which can be used, of course, any time of the year. And then I do some elemental blends. So I'm going to include an elemental blend in the box as well. And then let's see what else I have. Oh, speaking of harvesting, one thing I do all the time, I kind of mentioned this. I mentioned this in the past, that I have a giant sage bush in my yard, out here in my front yard. And of course, from the full moon, I usually harvest and make a bundle, a sage bundle. Every full moon, I sort of do that as sort of a, it's a ritual really that I do, as much as I can, as much as I have the opportunity to do so. And I've also used that sage sometimes to make some special bundles where I've incorporated other things into the bundle as well. And those special bundles, I do sell. I will be selling. I'll be listing those on my website. But this time, in this package, I'm just going to be sending a tiny little sage bundle. It's from my own tree, and what these are special harvest bundles. I call these harvest bundles, and they're special to me because I don't let any of the sage really go unused. If I can't get a good bundle cut, if it's too small for, sometimes these are individual leaves, sometimes these are really small. I was going to say tiny, really small leaf clusters that really don't make a very large bundle. It ends up with a little small bundle. And I call them harvest bundles because these I burn. I have a little dish of them on my altar, and I burn them when I'm seeking to harvest something in life. Does that make sense? When I want to, when I'm looking to find something, if something is, I come up in my head something that I really want to buy for my home or buy for a person, and I get an idea for a gift. This is a really good thing if you want to harvest something from life to use a little harvest bundle for. So it's not special, it's not giant, it is grown, it's grown in my yard, it's grown organically, and this came from my very altar. It came from my own altar for my own use, with the other ones that I would be using of use of myself when I wish to harvest something from life. Harvest a new job, harvest some new friends, whatever it is that you're seeking to harvest. So that's what I use it for, and I thought it might be fun for whoever wins this to have. I also, if you recall, not years ago, last year sometime I think, or 2 years ago, I'm not sure which, I did an outing where my husband and I went around and we're looking for a plant known as dodder. I was going to use it as a dye stuff. And in doing so and in researching about the dodder, I found all kinds of really wonderful things about it. And one thing I found it to be really useful for, it's very, very well known as a very good binding herb. If you wish to do any kinds of binding or very strong kind of spell work, where you need a real extra strength to it, because the very nature of the plant dodder is a very advanced, and look back on some of my old videos, you can see the very nature of the way the plant grows. It's an invasive species. It attaches to a host plant, and then it completely lives off of the host plant. It doesn't even have any roots at that point to the ground in any way. It only lives off of the plant. It is so invasive. It digs into that host plant so deeply that it really becomes a part of the plant. You can't really hardly pull it off. It's kind of creepy in a way. But anyway, it's a really good herb, very strong herb. And when I did a video, I don't know if I did a video with it maybe last year, I was making poppets in here. I don't know if you can see this poppet. It's pretty bright in here, if you can see. But I made these poppets, and inside they're filled with this dodder that I used from my dye pots. This is from, and then of course I make them with hair and fabric that I have also dyed from the madder pot, from the I'm saying madder. I think of madder really more often. It's very commonly used in the dye pot. Dodder, D-O-D-D-E-R. I dyed the poppets, dyed the yarn, hand spun the yarn for the hair. Anyway, this was the video that I did on Story Magic, because this is a good use. I make these poppets ahead of time, as well as some other things, keep them in my cupboard, and then when I need either, of course, yes, if I want to do a binding on somebody, or if I wanted to do a very strong love spell or a very strong health, something very where you really need to up that magic. It's not necessarily a negative thing. Remember, your intention really makes the spell, so whatever your intention is, positive or negative. But anyway, this has my intention in it as well as your own. And you can add your own, put a little pocket. I have a little pocket here. You can, name it. You can write on it. You can do whatever you want to do. You can, I use button faces if you want to make somebody from seeing something. You can hood it, put a hood over it, tie it. You can bind this in fabric, tie it shut, bury it, burn it, whatever. But there's a lot of magic already. My intentional magic is already in here, stored, and it's just waiting for you to add your own to it. So whoever's winning this package is winning this, and use it wisely. Use it wisely, because it is very strong magic. I do sell these as well in my shop, as well as I do sell the daughter if you wanted to use package of daughter. It's not listed on my website, but you can go and you can email me at goodwife@cox.net, and you can inquire as to the price. I'm trying to get my website up to date, but it's very slow for me. I'm really having a difficult time with it, actually, and to try to get myself to sit in, because as much as I love to do the things, I'm not a real computer person. I don't like to just sit at the computer. Anyway, so this is going to be in the package, and something else is going to be in the package. I have a little bag here of some gemstones, 2 different kinds of gemstones. They're very common. People see them all the time, but I thought you might be interested what I use them for me. First of all, I have 3 rose quartz, simple rose quartz. Okay, stones in here. And if you have watched me in the past, you will see, right now I can just reach over here, and on top of a tarot deck I have sitting here, I will find these 3. And you might have seen me, sometimes I will just sit here, and I will just run these through my hands. I will sometimes carry them, I will sometimes just hold them. Every time I come in this room, I pick them up, I handle them. They have a lot of me on them. They have a lot of my juju on them. Now, everybody knows that their association with love, okay, and they're very, very good for any kind of emotional healing or building up a self-esteem or self-confidence. I just find them to be very sensitive to me, if that makes sense, especially since I handle them all the time. I get something brought to me from the stones. The stones absorb some of me into them. So it's a good way for me to, it's sort of a grounding exercise in a way. It's a way of clearing my head a little bit. I like them, even though I do keep a quartz point here on my reading table at all times. And I've showed you in the past, I carry a small crystal point, quartz crystal in my bag when I do take my tarot cards with me. But this is just something that I just keep here on my reading table, and I just use them as I can. And these are really good at whatever my intention is. Like, whatever I think my intention, like I'm sitting down today and I'm going to do the video, so I'm concentrating on what it is I'm going to talk about, making sure I make my points. I'm making sure I'm calm, making sure I'm not distracted by what's going on outside. Whatever, these are really, really good for me tuning into my own intention, since they have my intention. in them, if that makes any sense. It's almost like they have become, for me, an extension of myself. They bring me back down, they boost me back up whenever I need it, okay? They're very healing. If I'm sad about something, they're very healing, of course. But they're just it's almost like the wiser me, the experienced me, talking to the freaking out me that needs to calm the hell down me. You know what I'm talking about? So I thought whoever was going to win this giveaway might be interested. I have 3 separate rose quartz. These have been on my altar in my bedroom for a long time. But these are not the ones that I handle. These are ready for you. You can, of course, use them for anything you wish. And they're very good. You can use them. I mean, I'm not putting intention on your on your crystals. Whatever you want to use them for is fine. Okay, the other one that I have here is sodalite, and then I have 2 sodalite stones. They're just small. They're not a big deal. But a sodalite is something that a lot of people use for when they are stressed, when they are angry, when they are afraid. You see me sometimes wearing a sodalite bracelet. Where's my sodalite bracelet? I wear it a lot, this bracelet. Among other things. One of the reasons I wear it is because it helps to keep me from being overcome. You know, I'm an empath, and when I go out in public, sometimes I'm a little overcome. Things will stress me out or worry me, or this just helps keep me a little bit calmer. For me, it's something that works in that way for me. A lot of people find that it is a very good, they will take sodalite and rub it all over their body. They'll just take a stone and they'll rub it. It helps to calm the body from, again, like I said, nervousness, stress. If you have a place on your body that's, you get stressed. Some of us get cramps in our hands from too much been on the computer, or sometimes I get one if I do knit for too long or do something like that. So a lot of people will rub a sodalite in that way. It's a really good stone, though, used to balance. It's a good one, and we're coming up into, remember when, not too far in the future, we're coming up to Mabon, and at Mabon, every year, I'm all about the body. I'm all about putting myself into balance. That's my thing at Mabon. So sodalite is a really good thing to put yourself into balance, to help get you grounded. And what I'm including 2 in the bag, because it's a really good thing if you meditate, to hold a sodalite stone in each hand, especially if you use them often. The same as with the rose quartz, it'll sort of imprint you onto it, and it'll become easier for you to get yourself into your meditation. And I find, too, experiment. If you're going to do something like holding stones in your hand, like I have 2, this might not feel right, but changing this one to the left hand, this one to the right hand might feel fine. Don't be afraid to get to know your stones like that. Like, for me, this one feels really good if I have them in this hand. Anyway, these, of course, have only been on my altar in the bedroom. They have not been used by me, marked by me in any way. So it's not necessary that you use them for meditation or whatever. Use them for whatever is comfortable for you. But that's just one thing I thought you might like to use. If you've got these stones and go, well, what in the world am I supposed to do with that? That's one thing that you might want to use it for. Just a little suggestion. So those are in there. And interestingly, you may be interested or not, these stones, I've had these for a long time. They're among a collection of other, I have a bag of them actually, eBay, that came. I don't even know how many years ago it is. I couldn't even tell you how many years ago it is. That I went to Quartzsite, Arizona on a day trip with the Moon Mother herself, with Jacqueline Dubois, if you know who she is, here from YouTube. She's a friend and lives not too far from me. And I went and spent a day with her, and this is some of the crystals that I bought that day. I don't know. I think it might have been 7 years ago. I don't know if that's even possible. I don't know how many years ago. She did a video of it on YouTube, but that was in so long ago, I don't even know if those videos are still up. But anyway, might be interested if you know. So anyway, these are in part coming from her as well, if you're inclined to, if that is inclined to matter to you. Okay. And the last thing I added just from yesterday, one more thing, and then the box is kind of full. My husband and I went yesterday to Old Town San Diego. We went down for the day to look around, just to walk around, and it's just a little day trip for us here. And I'm always going down there and always looking for things at this time of the year, particularly getting into prepare for the Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, which happens, of course, at Samhain time, right after Samhain, following Samhain. There's a lot of that kind of activity here in Southern California, and major cities everywhere have stuff, and they have such beautiful, I'm always looking for new things to add to my collection, my Day of the Dead collection. And these are just little box of matches with a sugar skull on the front. They can't really see them, I don't think. But anyway, I just thought you might like to share that experience with me. That's all. It's just, if you have an ancestor altar, you might want to use these on there. If not, if you don't do the Day of the Dead, it's fine. They're just matches you can use on any altar or to light your campfire. I don't really care. But you have them with my blessing, because the Day of the Dead means a lot to me. It's just a really big thing for me. And that's what I want to do. In this box, I wanted to put as many personal items. These are all personal items, things that I use. And that's just what it was about for me. Okay? So enough of that nonsense. I'm ready to do the drawing. So I want to collect the names, and I'm going to cut here just for a minute so I can get my names together, and then I will do the drawing. Then everybody will know who won the giveaway to celebrate the 1,000 subscribers here on the Good Wife channel. So hold tight. Okay, I'm back. I have my little black sack. I'm going to put the names in here, and I have the names all ready to go. I will show you who I have. And I have first name, Arctic Moonstone. So I'm going to fold up Arctic Moonstone, and I'm going to fold it, put it in my sack. The next name, Traveling Witch. So I will take Traveling Witch, and I'm going to fold up Traveling Witch. This is really getting exciting, isn't it? And I'm going to put it in the sack. Okay, and that's all the names that I have. I just have the two, but I have two names. We'll be optimistic, two names. So good luck. I'm going to give these a shake, and then I'll draw the winner. Ready? That was really good. Okay, already ready? Here comes the winner, and the winner is.
Not that guy.
Not that guy. Who am I kidding? Two people. I am not going to draw a winner and leave one loser. It's not going to happen. Both of you win. I'm going to do two boxes, and you both win. So the winners are Arctic Moonstone and Traveling Witch. Congratulations. Yay. Say yay. Yay.
Yay.
If you are either Arctic Moonstone or Traveling Witch, please PM me, leave me a message, however you want to do it, on Facebook or here, I don't know, however. Give me your address, give me your name and address so I can get these boxes up to you right away. I want to get them to you before Lammas, so I hope I can get them immediately. Okay? Like by tomorrow, if I could. That'd be wonderful. Okay? Congratulations again, and to everybody, thank you very, very much for watching, and maybe next time I have a giveaway, you may enter yourself, okay? I am Good Wife, Rebecca, and I wish you blessings.